Hey, good morning, my friends. MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa here. Wow, quite the snow over the last 24 hours in parts of western lower Michigan. Even eastern lower Michigan has picked up. Well, here in Frankenmuth, we got about 4 inches, solid 4 inches of snow on the ground. Some of the reports already: East Jordan, 24 inches of snow. Down through Antrim County, reporting about 19 inches of snow. You get down toward Traverse City, varies 4 to 8 inches of snow. Then you go south to the south end of Lake Michigan, and Kalamazoo already reporting 11 and a half inches of snow. That was earlier this morning. The Grand Rapids area reporting about 7 to 8 earlier this morning, and still snowing. So we're going to probably wind up with close to 3 feet in East Jordan area, Boyne Mountain area, and maybe a little more than that, because there's still a solid setup of lake effect, heavy lake effect to come. And then in the southwest corner, if Kalamazoo's at 11, you probably got another 6 to 10 inches to go. So we'll be seeing some 18-inch plus totals there. So let me try to sort it out for you. It's a complex situation, but it gets pretty easy. The roads in the western half of lower Michigan are going to be flat out nasty and dangerous, and it's our first one. And also, for those of you taking I-94 from Detroit to Chicago, a better route in my mind is to jump down onto 80. It's not perfect, but it's a better route, and take that across northern Indiana, and you won't run into heavy lake effect maybe until you get toward Indiana, but it's a west-southwest wind right now, so 80 could be in pretty good shape. Linda Thompson, how much Sterling, Michigan going to get this weekend? Probably 2 to 4 inches, maybe, something like that. Good morning, Dale Schweitzer. How much in Mason County, Dale Schweitzer? Good morning, Andre Pinio in Waterford. Hopefully I'm doing that. Mark Ashworth, great report. About 8 inches here, just south of Cadillac. Let's throw the reports in there, estimates. So what I wanted to show you, we have a chat room, and here are the snowfall reports so far from the north that have reported. There you see East Jordan 24 inches, Sheboygan 16 inches, Central Lake 14, Wellston 7, Rogers City 8, Boyne City 6. So the snow is coming down. All right, we've had some amazing radar signatures out of this, and we are getting, because it's so early and the lakes are warm, 48 to 50 degrees. Top and a Bee says they have 2 feet, and I would believe it. Because the lake is so warm and the air is so cold aloft, we're getting convection. Buffalo is actually reporting thunder snore in the lake effect, and that's very rare. And we could see that, it looks like, on Saturday as the coldest air drops down in. But we're also getting what I call, what meteorologists, the whole field calls, lake-induced mesoscale vortexes. They show up really well on the radar, and they're amazing. They're one of the most amazing things in weather to me. Lake-induced, caused by the warm lake temperatures. Mesoscale, meaning small, not a big storm system that takes up several states, but takes up 25 miles. Mesoscale-induced vortex, a swirling vortex that enhances the snowfall. And you can see another one of these coming through Antrim County right now. See that swirl? That's a mini vortex that is formed out over the lake because of the instability, and it just brings copious amounts of snow. Now look at the southwest part of the state. Grand Rapids to Holland to Kalamazoo to Lansing. Lansing reporting 5 inches of snow. That's pretty incredible on lake effect. And then all the way down into the Battle Creek area and southwest. And that's why I say 94 a more dangerous route than 80, But 80's getting into the lake effect snow. You can see it, but it's more sporadic there. So going Detroit to Chicago today, I would take 80. Hey, if you want to avoid it altogether, you can go down, I think, what is that, 30. Of course, that takes forever, but it depends on what you want to avoid. All right, so here is the radar forecast today, and it's pretty simple. We keep the lake effect going and going and going. The wind backs to the southwest a little tonight, may be shutting the lake effect down in places, but I doubt it. And then this is tomorrow when the true widespread everywhere lake effect kicks in. The coldest air comes in. This is Saturday evening, and this is areas of moderate to heavy lake effect all the way from the Mackinac Bridge all the way to the southern border. Some of that drifts at times into Ann Arbor and Detroit area in spurts, giving you possibly a couple of inches of snowfall. And now we're coming towards Sunday morning, and the lake effect is still going. If you want to wait and travel, I would say Sunday afternoon, it should be all done. We're going to be cold, so it's not going to instantly melt off the roads, but we do have still some residual warmth in the ground. So by Sunday afternoon or before nightfall on Sunday, you're going to be pretty good. And then we get a little bit warmer Monday to Tuesday. I also have to talk to you about the next storm/snowstorm on the horizon. Okay, so there we have it. It's lake effect. It's heavy. This is the European model. All right, Dale Schweitzer, thank you very much. A solid 9 inches in Mason County. We appreciate that very much. Carmelita Tiffany Luddington. This shows us, right at the shore, you've got 48-degree air being pounded into the shoreline areas. Hey, good morning, Sarah Maltman. So you could have a lot less snow in, say, downtown Ludington, downtown Manistee, downtown Frankfort, downtown Charlevoix, downtown Petoskey than you do just 5 miles inland. It could be a foot or more, okay? Fenville, 10 inches. Sounds nasty there. Thank you, Wayne. Bjorklund? Hopefully I got that right. So we're looking at the European. Now, I just want to point out that this is Saturday evening right there, and that is a classic double lake effect. Double lake by Lake Superior, and then that air comes across Lake Michigan and doubles things. And then as we go to Sunday, like I said, Sunday afternoon, this is Sunday afternoon and evening, the lake effect shuts down, we dry out, and if you have to travel, Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday looking halfway decent. Total snowfall, another, this is additional, okay? So, you're 6 to 12 inches solidly up and down the western half of the state. And then you're into a 2 to 4 inch additional Mount Pleasant to Alma to Lansing to Ann Arbor. And then from I-75 eastward, maybe another 1 to 3 inches of snow over the next couple of days. But certainly a lot of places will be more than an additional foot of snow. Ginger's in Jacksonville, and it's a chilly 43 this morning. Wayne, I got the name right. Thank you very much. See, I am allowed to mess up names because I have a lot of letters in my name as well, and people mess those up. But, Torre Grossa, really pretty easy. Us Italians, we pronounce almost everything, and we've got a rhyme or reason, but some of these other names I look at and I say, those 3 letters don't go together, but they do. All right. Total snowfall out of the NAM, North America model through Sunday, showing the same thing. Grand Rapids, you're probably another 6 to 10 inches, maybe less to the north, more to the south. Kalamazoo, you might be another foot. Areas around Cadillac, Traverse City, Charlevoix, another foot of snow. UP. So that right there really shows it. And notice the extension. That little almost looks like a finger pointing at the Detroit area. that is the I-94 snow band that makes things so dangerous. Okay, so we're still strong, 282. I do appreciate a share. Please share this so that people know how we update you. I know it's long, it's a complex situation. I try to do my best. And, when you're enjoying your coffee this morning, it's what you get, a whole bunch of weather. So let's move on. The warm up canceled somewhat for the most part. Next storm system, next maybe Thanksgiving, but definitely Friday, Saturday or so. Hey, good morning, Chris Warner. It's still up for grabs. That's 8, 9, 10 days out. The European model is very good. The U.S. model is okay. Both of them show a storm system. She's not wearing her flip-flops. Both of them showing a storm system. Don't know the exact details yet, but I do want to warn you that we may get back into another snow as we head into the second half of the holiday weekend. So this will be the next thing I watch. So here we go. This is the European model, and it's going to go out 10 days. You're learning a lot about weather here in that the cyclonic flow around a low pressure system is key for lake effect, and that's where we're at Saturday night, Sunday. And then we go to the anticyclonic flow. The red lines, remember, temperatures above freezing basically is the way you could say it. And here's Monday, and look at kind of the warm up that was advancing kind of stalls. Here's Tuesday, the warmer air tries to inch into the southern half of lower Michigan. I'll show that to you in just a minute. And then we're at Thanksgiving now and Thanksgiving afternoon. And that would not be too bad of a travel situation. It would be mild as the storm system approaches. This would be Thursday night, Thanksgiving night. But then as we go to Friday, things start to transfer to the East Coast. And by Saturday, we get into the cold cyclonic flow behind it. This is Saturday afternoon. And that, my friends, there would be, again, another accumulating snow on a wind-driven north wind. That right there says January 10th on it right there. That's on Saturday night and Sunday. And then off, still the bubble of warmth off to the west, trying to inch toward us. And I still believe that as we get to the first week of December, we may have some 38, 40 degree weather. But remember, as we build a snowpack, the warm-ups get harder because they got to warm the snow before the warm air makes it to us. So the warm-up before was based on the fact that we wouldn't have a solid snowpack. Now with 2 snowstorms, it's going to be tougher, and we got to ratchet it down 5 to 7 degrees. Let's see here. So the Climate Prediction Center has pretty much canceled out the warm-up. Here's the 8 to 14 day temperature forecast, and it still has a slightly colder than normal. Like I said, I still have hopes that in the first week of December, we'll get some 40 degree weather. Sarah, winter's basically here to stay. Yeah, I would say. And Eric Young, winter's here to stay. Yes. Okay, highs today, 28 to 32. Tomorrow, cold. The cold air finally settles in. Highs only in the mid-20s in places. So the roads will freeze tomorrow, and Sunday will be cold too, mid-20s. Monday, jumping back to 38 in a lot of places. That helps. And Tuesday, 38, 39, 40. And Wednesday, low 40s, upper 40s maybe in the south. That will help. So that's why I say Wednesday could be a decent travel day. Thanksgiving could approach 50 degrees in the south, while it's in the low 30s in the far north. Friday in the 40s, but then on the backside of that storm, the colder air starts to come in back into the 30s Saturday and 30s and 20s on Sunday. So, I apologize. It's a complex situation. Basically, what you need to know, west half of the state, a totally different scenario than east half. East half, inconvenient slick spots. West half, dangerous travel. Increasingly dangerous today, tonight, Saturday night, into Sunday morning, improving by Sunday afternoon. That's the way it is. Pretty simple pattern. And then dry, turning milder Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, probably Thanksgiving, and then watching the next storm system for the second half of the Thanksgiving holiday. So hopefully this plan helps you plan your travel for Thanksgiving right now. I would say if you planned on Wednesday, you'd still be good. If you planned on Thanksgiving, you'd still be good. Looks like we'll probably be in the warm sector of the storm, ahead of the storm. Tuesday looks good too. And then we'll have to deal with after the holiday as we get into early next week. Whew. There's your weather update. That was a weather update. You got to admit, don't you? You're not going to get watered down here. You know what? The beautiful thing is I don't have to worry about commercials. I don't have to worry about producers in my ear. Hey, you only got 3 minutes. 3 minutes to tell everybody everything? So you stick around as long as you want. If you've had enough of me, you just go do whatever. And if you want it all, then you stick around here. Thanks. Take care. Please hit the share button. Please spread the word. Spread the word. I need your help. That's the downside with the free services of Facebook and MLive and media budgets. There isn't any promotion anymore any days. There aren't billboards to tell you that this is happening, and radio commercials and TV commercials and newspaper ads and stuff like that. It's got to be found what we call organically by you sharing. So please share. Appreciate it very much. Take care.